Hello, everyone out there. Can we just
Hello.
get some confirmation in the chat that you guys can see us and hear us, that our technology is working? Casey, Liz, great. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Hi. Where are you all coming from? I'm in the Pacific Northwest, sort of in the hotbed of everything going on just outside of Seattle. So
Boston, Long Island, San
yeah.
Diego. Oh my goodness. I know we have people in Australia. It's like very late for them, and they're keeping their whole team up to listen. Lori, you're in Calgary. That's where I am. South Dakota, Pittsburgh, Vermont, Montreal.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing. It's
New
so
Jersey,
amazing.
Ireland. Wow. Yeah. And I know we had folks trying to come in
Hamilton.
from Italy too, which is just,
It's crazy times.
It is a
lot. Wow. Toronto. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Well, welcome.
Welcome to all of you.
So
Slovenia. Wow.
we're here. We put together this training a couple of days ago because we started getting hundreds and hundreds of inquiries every single day into our inboxes about taking studios online that previously had maybe considered it or never considered it, but put it off for the indefinite future. And now folks are having to close their doors. And so we wanted to gather you all here so that we could be efficient and be in a position to answer your questions live about the process of taking your classes online and how to do it quickly. So we typically teach folks how to build an entire business model around this, which is a more in-depth process. Today's training is going to be quick and dirty. We're going to talk about how to get your classes online quickly as today, and what's involved in that, and then also some steps about how to scale from there and build from there. So we're going to talk about equipment. We're going to talk about how to integrate with other tools and systems. We're going to be here to answer your questions, and then we're going to send you a link to all of our favorite equipment and the exact links of where to get it so that you don't have to think about any of it, really. So we are Sandy and Jenny. We are the co-founders of Namastream. We've been working for about 5 years to help wellness-based businesses take their teaching online. And so we work with gyms, boutique fitness studios, yoga studios, health coaches, spiritual teachers, life coaches, sort of anyone in the wellness industry that has wanted to transition to online. And we serve folks all over the world. Our company is headquartered in Seattle, Washington, as well as Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We work with folks in 167 countries. And so for those of you that are joining us outside of North America, you're not alone. We just wanted to tell you a little bit about who we are before we get into the training and let you know that we are serving people pretty much in every country on earth. So today's workshop is going to focus on 4 key things. We're going to talk first about online product design and how it's different than in-person or brick and mortar programming. We're going to talk about the essential equipment for taking your teaching online. We're going to talk about pre-recorded, so video-based or audio-based content versus live streaming. And then we're going to talk about key integrations and partnerships and how to use an online teaching platform like Namastream with other tools that you might already be using. Okay, I'm seeing that there are people having trouble hearing me. Can folks hear me? All right. Yes. Okay, great. I see a bunch of confirmations. I'll keep going then. So Sandy, let's talk a little bit about the opportunity. We are obviously all in a time of crisis and uncharted territory as business owners and as human beings. But we want you to sort of step outside of the fear and the panic for the next half an hour and think about the opportunity that you have right now to serve your people in a new way. We don't want you to be making rash decisions just out of fear in this time. So out of any tragedy or unfortunate set of circumstances, there's always opportunity. And in this time, we're looking at this personally as an opportunity to serve in new ways that we've never served, to serve more compassionately, and to be present in ways with our community that we've never been able to be before.
I think that to approach a new project with fear is never a good idea. And I think I just want to remind all of us that like 5 years ago, what we're going to show you today was not even possible. And I just like marvel at the internet every single day that I and Jenny are able to create this company from working at home and connect with people from all over the world, as you're seeing in the chat, that this is amazing, that all of you have this idea that you want to take this some of your teaching and your classes online, and that you were actually able, like the opportunity in front of you is just remarkable. So I just want to frame this in a positive light and just really kind of quell that fear and that panic, and that this is all doable. You are all capable. This is possible for you, and to approach it with like excitement and not fear.
Yeah, an open mind. And we really want to talk to you about keeping it simple. And so part of the reason that we put this workshop together is because of the complexity of some of the questions we've been seeing come into our support team over the past few days. And unlike anything we're used to seeing, because most of our clients take time setting up a virtual studio with us, they sort of invest in the process of mapping it out and really making careful, calculated decisions about what they're going to teach online and how to do it and where they're going to film and how long their content should be and who's going to be in the videos. I mean, these are things that people take some time to plan out typically. And with the current situation with COVID-19, we're seeing a lot of folks just wanting to get going really quickly, which is absolutely fine. But in order to do that, our best recommendation to you, after having worked with people in this exact process for 5 years, is to keep it extremely simple. So your online presence and what you're offering, how you're teaching, how long your classes are, how many classes a day you're offering will not map to your brick and mortar business. It will not. And it could potentially in the future, but I just want to give you an example. So for example, Peloton is a multi-billion-dollar company. I think they were valued at $8 billion in the fall of 2019. They have anywhere from 10 to 14 live classes a day. And that is with an $8 billion company. So we've had people coming into our inbox in the last 2 hours saying, I want to host 20 classes a day live. I would like to just encourage you to rethink that, because an $8 billion company that's been working on this for half a decade isn't doing 20 live classes a day. If you're going to take this on, start offering online classes to your community because of this crisis, I encourage you to scale back perhaps what you're offering typically in a day in your brick and mortar business, and to offer something much simpler online. And people online are used to consuming information differently. We have shorter attention spans when we're online. And in addition, this existing crisis is putting people in positions they've never been in before. So lots of schools are closing. I know where I live, our schools are going to be closing for at least 6 weeks. They're not going to have the same ability to be present for as long as they're used to in your studio. So just keep all of that in mind. And again, online is different. So go into this new process knowing that you're not going to do something that's going to map exactly to what you're used to offering. And make that really clear to your clients and your students as well.
And I just want to add to that, Jenny, that if you think about the students at home who are going to be practicing with you, they're not isolated in your beautiful room in your studios. They have distractions. They have phones ringing like I just did. They have kids coming up. Like it's just, they have a pile of laundry that's distracting them in the corner. So it is a different experience to practice from the student perspective. They're going to experience something very different while at home.
Yeah, and I can say, so having people, many tens of thousands of people using Namastream every month, we have pretty comprehensive analytics on how people use the tool and what their user experience is. And the average length of video watched is around 20 minutes. And so this is with, many, many thousands, hundreds of thousands of data points. So that's just to give you a sense that like your classes that you're offering need to be shorter when they're online. It's not to say there's not the exception. We definitely have studios that are live streaming existing hour-and-a-half classes, but I'll tell you that the vast majority of students and clients and viewers are consuming content in much smaller increments. So we just want you to get to start thinking differently about how this could work for you. So it's actually like 18 minutes and 50 seconds if you want to know exactly, because I check every month the average view time. And I've been thinking as attention spans get shorter and shorter. That's what we hear from psychologists and social scientists over time. I've been trying to wonder, in our own platform, is that happening every month? Or is the average attention span getting shorter by a second a month? And that's not actually proven true. But I would say a good rule of thumb is about 20 minutes is the average length of time that somebody is viewing any particular piece of content in our platform. And we want to talk to you about the kinds of products that you can build on a tool like Namastream. And so the two most common kinds of online offerings that we have folks creating are memberships and courses. So the difference between memberships and courses is that a membership is typically a growing library of content that is including videos or audios or PDFs or live streams that get recorded and added into the membership. And memberships typically function on a recurring pricing model, meaning that people are paying a monthly or an annual fee in order to use the membership. Memberships for our studio clients map more closely to your existing studio model. I know a lot of you thrive on a membership model in your brick and mortar studio or gym. And so a membership is in many ways a natural fit as a business model or an online course model, online program model for most of you. Courses, on the other hand, are an amazing resource that you can provide to your clients or your students. So this will help your student take a journey from a beginning to an end. Courses typically lead people on a learning path. So they join a course for a reason because they want to achieve a certain result or learn a certain skill. And there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Courses on our platform are usually offered for a fixed price, meaning a one-time fee. And often your teaching would be divided into different lessons or modules. So those are the two main kinds of content that we see coming in on Namastream. We want to show you some examples of our client sites that are using these different models. So this is Taryn Strong with the She Recovers movement. She offers a very robust membership, and this is just a snapshot of what that looks like. And Sandy, do you want to talk about Twist?
Yeah, so Twist is a studio just outside of Portland, Oregon, and they offer online classes. And this is a snapshot of what their membership looks like. And so they do very, very well, and they've been very consistent about adding content I think it's every week that they add content, but it's to the point now where they have built such an amazing library that even if they weren't uploading consistently, they've got so many videos that their students are never never lost for videos to watch. There's lots there to go through.
Yeah, and I will say, so Namastream was built around this kind of a core offering, so a membership offering. We have filters that no one else has in the online space. So you're able to add your own filter category. So our default categories are length, level, style, and then the type of content and which instructors are teaching the class. But you can actually add your own filters. And so it makes it really easy, though, for a student who's looking for a 30-minute class with a particular instructor that's a level 1-2 class, because you can categorize and tag all of your content that you put into a membership and make it easily searchable by the filters that are included in the platform. So if somebody just has 10 minutes, you can offer 10-minute classes and make them filtered by 10 minutes. So that's a really nice feature.
Yeah, and this is Rusty. He's been one of our longer teachers on the platform. He ended up closing a studio and took his teaching completely online. So he offers when he first started, he ended up giving a new video every single day, and now he's switched that to every week. And again, he has such a library built up that he just keeps reusing his content, and it's like new content to the students. From the students' perspective, it seems as if it's new. So I just want to answer a couple of questions. Yes, you can do, you can have a membership and you can have a course on Namastream. You can have two different structured products. You can use coupons. You can make a membership or a course free, or you can charge for it. You can charge for it and create a coupon and have that coupon get the client in with not paying any money. So we're going to cover that in a little bit.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about courses. So courses are really great for workshops or teacher training programs for those of you that are currently offering those or in the middle of those. Turning that in-person teacher training into an online course would be a natural next step for you, given the crisis that's going on right now. And I know a lot of folks are coming onto the platform and doing just that. Each lesson can be pre-recorded. It can include videos, live streams, audios, handouts, PDFs. You can have differing amounts of content in each module or lesson, and you can drip it out over time. So for example, you can set up a course and you can have it all available every lesson right now. You can make sure that each lesson, however, drips out, once a week. The sky's the limit. You can structure it however you want. Here's an example of a Kundalini course that's on our platform. And we didn't go through and snapshot all kinds of courses, but the sky's the limit. You can teach whatever you want. So as long as it's legal for you to teach it, you can teach it on Namastream. And, we're seeing a lot with our course models is that people are doing a combination of pre-recorded or pre-written content along with live streaming. So maybe there's a whole course of content. So anatomy lectures and lectures on other topics that you can pre-record. And then you also maybe have a group check-in once a week, every Friday afternoon. So you can do combinations like that, where it's an entire sort of hybrid of online and offline. Or in this case, you're probably not going to be offline together, but you can have it be pre-recorded and live streamed. So Sandy, let's talk about pricing.
Hardest things to decide, and it's just full of emotion, and we totally get that. So we're going to give you a couple guidelines. So first of all, we really subscribe to this idea of value-based pricing. We see a lot of our teachers saying, I've got a course, it's got 10 videos, so what is that worth? And I really want you to not think about pricing by the amount of content, how many, so many PDFs and so many videos equals this price. You just can't look at it like that. You need to look at what value does your service or online product bring to your student. So if you think about someone who is stuck at home for a couple of weeks perhaps, or who has sick children, or who is traveling and still wants to continue their practice, or whether that's yoga or their Pilates or their meditation, whatever, the ability to bring that into their home is of huge value. So that's the way that you need to look at it, and not how many videos equals what does that equal in price. So on average, I will say that most of our studios, when they create a membership, the studio monthly price is on average about the cost of a drop-in, maybe a little bit, like 1 to 1.5 times of a local drop-in price. So just to give you a range. So we do not want anybody creating memberships that are $5 or $10 a month. That is just a waste of all of your time and completely devalues your work. And so the range right now, I think the lowest is 15, which I think is still too low. But it's like 20, we've had up to $20 to $100 per month. So I think most studio memberships are $20 to $45 a month. So nobody can come to us after and say, I've got 5 videos. What is that worth? My question back would what are those 5 videos doing for the person who's going to watch them? So just think about pricing that way, and not by amount of content. So equipment, Jenny, let's dig into that.
Yeah. So after this session today, we're going to send you a link to our gear guide with all of the direct links to the equipment we're talking about today. So know that that's coming in the next hour or so for those of you that are watching this live. But we wanted to really go through what equipment do you actually need to get started, what's nice to have, and what could you invest in for the longer term. So the 3 things that you absolutely need to have to teach online are access to a camera, access to audio equipment, and access to lighting. And I suspect that the basics you already have in your possession in your home. So a camera, you can simply use your phone or your iPad or the webcam that's on your laptop. That's fine. That will work. For your audio equipment, you can use, again, the built-in microphone that's built into your iPhone, your iPad, or your computer. We do recommend other equipment if this is something that you're imagining you're going to really spend some time engaging in, because a good microphone will serve you really well. For lighting, natural light is actually the very best light you can work with for teaching online. And so if you live anywhere other than where I live in the Pacific Northwest, you probably have great access to this already, and you're just going to want to time your filming around that. If you're filming somewhere darker, or you're filming in a room that doesn't have a lot of natural light, for example, you're going to want to invest in some basic lighting. And so we're going to send you links to the stuff that we use and recommend every day. But I just wanted to give you some basic options. You likely have everything you need to get started right now, but we'll tell you what we think is a good investment when you're ready to move forward as well, based on your use case. So let's talk about the different options. For those of you that are doing video-based work and you imagine you're going to be pre-recording, a fair number of classes, we recommend that you use a really great inexpensive camcorder. So something like the Canon Vixia model, which is around $200 US. You're going to fill the space, the storage on your phone, your iPad, and your computer pretty quickly if you're filming large quality video files. And so you can pay for cloud storage, but there's going to be a process of sort of like dealing with that and moving those files around, and so that you don't fill your phone the first day that you're trying to do this. So for those of you that are wanting to do video based, it's a really great investment to invest in a camcorder that's a couple of $100s. You're going to get great quality, great longevity out of it. The microphone, you can use the microphone that's in the camcorder. If you want to upgrade, we recommend this amazing microphone called the Rode Wireless Go. And it's a couple of $100s as well. I think it's between $200 and $300 right now. And this will work with a camcorder like the Vixia. This will work for the other use cases we're going to walk through. Basically, any kind of online teaching, whether it's pre-recorded or live streaming, this is your microphone. This is a relatively new mic that came out within the last year, and now it's pretty much the only one that I would recommend for any kind of online teaching. For those of you that are live streaming and wanting to live stream your classes, you're actually going to want to invest, if you have the resources, in a webcam. This is the Logitech C920S. It's about $80 right now, although it's unavailable when I checked this morning, because there's a run on these things because of what's happening in our culture. But I would get one of these into your shopping cart for when they do become available. This is something that is going to just make the picture quality a little bit better. It's also going to allow you to have a wide angle. So for those of you that are filming, live streaming in a smaller location, whether it's at home or in a small studio room, you're going to want to use a basic webcam like this so that you have a wider angle and a crisper image. Again, with live streaming, it's the same microphone. We're going to say the same microphone for every use case. It's the Rode Wireless Go. This thing is phenomenal. And we spent years trying to find a great wireless microphone, and this is it. Finally, there is one now. So that's great. So lighting, this is sort of the main criteria besides audio and video for all of you to think about. And again, the best light is natural sunlight. And we want to make sure that you're not backlit. So for those of you who are brand new to filming, that means that you don't want to stand in front of a window and film at yourself with the window behind you, because that's going to bring a ton of shadows onto your body and it's going to make you backlit. It's going to look pretty bad. So you want to have the camera or the laptop, whatever you're using, between the light source and you. So if you got a really big window where you're filming, you're going to put the camera between you and the window, facing you. And that's going to give you some great, beautiful natural light. For those of you that want more lighting options, we recommend an umbrella lighting kit. And something like this is, again, a couple of $100s. It's a great investment if you're going to be doing an online offering. An umbrella lighting kit means you can film in the evening or at night. So for those of you that have kids at home that are going to be out of school for the coming weeks, you're going to want to probably be able to film at night. I would order a lighting kit. And I checked this morning, and the lighting kit that we recommend, there were like 14 of them left. So just search on Amazon in the US. These things are, I don't know how long they're going to be in stock, our recommended one, but just search for umbrella lighting kit and look at the reviews. It's a good investment to have if you're going to be doing any kind of video-based production or live streaming. So what about pre-recorded video, Sandy? Let's talk about the benefits of pre-recorded video versus live streaming, and we'll get into live streaming in a second.
Yeah, so I think the pre-recorded, by far, the majority of our teachers pre-record their video and then upload it into their membership. The benefits here are that you can sort of plan out your content. You can, in studios, they'll sort of offer this ability to go and create videos to certain teachers, and you can make sure the lighting is good, and you don't have a lot of people will just record like a single teacher in the corner of a studio without live people, like actual students in the shot. So it'll just be the teacher. So that way you can get a really clean shot. You can make sure that the angle of the camera is good. The teacher doesn't have to walk around. You know, you can just like set them on their mat and do their thing and record that. So it's nice and clean, and it turns out a really beautiful video for the student to watch afterwards. I did want to mention the length here. So we said that already. So you would really not be doing that. If you typically teach 90-minute classes, you are not going to pre-record 90-minute classes. No, it's a waste of time. Nobody's going to see it. We know that the average, as Jenny said, is 18 to 20 minutes. So you're going to plan your classes, your pre-recorded classes, to be 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes. That's it. So you really have to rethink what you're actually going to teach in that class, because nobody is watching it. They're at home. They have sick people around them. They have kids, phones, laundry, all these distractions. So 20 minutes max. So it does, in that respect, it makes it a lot simpler to create. We also suggest that you do multiple videos, like bulk record videos. So set up and do 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever you can do in a row, so that you're not, so you've got this bank of videos to go out, and then you can drip out those videos over like a new video each week into your membership, for example. Anything that you want to. So Rihanna, the live stream is a little bit different, and we're going to talk about timing for live streams in the next section here. Anything else you want to add to that, Jenny?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of questions about music. We'll get to that in a few minutes as well.
Yeah. And so the pre-recorded, I just want to emphasize, is done with your camcorder and not your webcam. And you're going to, some people do a light edit of that pre-recorded, some don't bother at all. And then they will upload that MP4 file to Namastream, and then you can put it into the membership. I do want to make a note about quality, that people can get really hyper worried about the quality of their video. And I would just say, just drop it. Just don't worry about the video quality. We have tens of thousands of end users on our platform, and not a single person has ever said the video quality is terrible, or I'm leaving because the video quality. That's not the point of practicing with you online. They have a relationship with you as their teachers, and they want to practice with you, and they are more than happy to not have, IMAX quality video in front of them. And if you think about it, if they are practicing, doing downward dog or whatever, they're not even looking at the screen. They are listening to your cues. So just please do not worry about video quality, editing, all that. You can just put it up there, and people do not complain about it. I promise.
I just want to say too that there's something that to be said about videography. I mean, until the last few years, this was a profession, right? And so what we see is the quality improves dramatically over time for everyone who's learning how to use a camera and a microphone. And so just go into this. If this is something you're taking on and wanting to provide to your clients, don't be a perfectionist with yourself about it. It's just, I suffer from this as well. I can relate to this. We just recorded a podcast about perfectionism a few weeks ago, but you will get better. Everyone starts where they start. And I know that there is a level of comfort on camera that you can only get by practicing, right? So there's the quality of the video file, but then there's also how you feel about seeing yourself on camera. And it's amazing to me how many folks write into us because they're really uncomfortable. Like, we've had so many people send us a link to their first video they upload and say, is this good enough? I'm not going to tell you that, right? Like, you have to decide it's good enough for yourself. And I promise you that you're here right now because your existing students want something from you, and they're not going to judge the fact that you're a little uncomfortable on camera, or that your video file is a little grainy, or that you didn't know your lighting right. You're going to get better every time you record something or every time you stream something. And so just know that it's not going to be perfect at first, and that's okay. And no one expects it to be.
So Rebecca, light edit, when I say that, it means like sometimes people will like walk over to the camera, like turn it on so your face is really close to the camera, and then you'll walk back to wherever you're going to teach, and you walk back and you turn it off. Like they'll cut the beginning and the end off, or if there's like a really awkward verbal, or whatever, pause or whatever, they'll edit that out. Some people will drop in like a head, like like videos with Sandy in the, text over. You don't have to do that. There's thousands of videos of people like turning the camera on, walking around, like nobody cares. So that's what I mean by light edit. There's another question.
Editing tools, Sandy. So
we don't,
when we use editing tools, to the extent that we use something like iMovie, which is free for those of you that have a Mac.
It's not done in Namastream. I saw that. You do
No. You don't need to edit your videos. Like, first of all, you don't need to edit them. But if you want to add in an intro and a little logo, it'll take you 5 minutes in iMovie to do it.
Yeah.
So it's totally optional. Like, you don't need to do that. These people who are taking classes from you inside your virtual studio have already signed up to take classes with you. They don't care if there's a little logo. I like putting logos on sometimes, and sometimes I don't. And it's like, I would not at this point. You guys are here because you want to get started quickly. This is not the time to go learn iMovie. If you already know how to do it and you want to drag a logo file in, that's great. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, liability waiver, we do have that built in terms of use when clients create an account. Right now it is standard. We are looking at making that a customizable waiver, but it is not right now. Also, yes, we are very heavy on yoga. That is the majority of our clients. But of course, if you're teaching fitness or gym or boot camps or whatever, violin,
coaching,
whatever, anything you can video, you can teach on Namastream. We are just gearing our words and examples because the bulk of our clients are yoga. But meditation is beautiful on Namastream. So much easier to film because there's no arms and legs moving. So yeah, we have our meditation teachers do very well. It's very, very easy.
Oh my gosh, it's so much easier to do meditation.
Okay.
So figuring out your camera angle when your body is in every possible position.
All right, let's talk live streaming.
All right, let's talk about live streaming.
Okay,
so that's why a lot of folks are here.
Yeah. So with Namastream, you can do memberships, you can do courses as sort of the container of what you're going to offer your clients. And within that container, you can put pre-recorded, as we've mentioned, but you can also do or live streaming. So you can make a mix of pre-recorded and live stream videos into a course or into a membership. There's 3 different kinds of live streaming options that you get to decide between. So we have a private, which means one-on-one. So it's your face and the client's face. So a split screen with the 2 of you. There is broadcast, which is just the teacher broadcasting out, and I've got a screenshot of that in a second. And then there is collaborative group sessions, which means there are many of you on the screen. Everyone's visible, everyone can talk. It's like Brady Bunch, and we integrate with Zoom. So let's just talk about these different kinds. So we're going to talk broadcast. I'm really going to just leave the privates alone because it's not what you guys are asking for in the moment. You can certainly do it. And it would basically be this image that I have on the screen right now would be split with you and your client. Just be 2 halves. So broadcast means that, so I did this last night and I created a video for you guys, which you're going to get the link to. So it's kind of makes me laugh because I look exactly the same as I do right now is on there. And broadcast means that you as a teacher turn the live stream on and you broadcast, and everyone can see you. The students can see exactly what I have screenshot here. So you cannot see your students, but they can see you. There is a chat function so that you can chat, but they just watch you as if on TV or like a Facebook Live. That's the most similar situation. You can click record when you open this up, and so that the recording of what you're live streaming will be recorded, and you can choose what you want to do with that video after. Okay, so that's broadcast. So that is the quickest way to get live streaming right now, is to use this function. This is built into Namastream. You do not need any other integrations or any other accounts anywhere. You can just turn your webcam, pop your webcam on, and go. So the other use case is what we call collaborative group events. So this is the live stream of our coaching program called Inner Circle. We are using Zoom here. Many of you, Zoom is probably has to be like the #1 worldwide video chat platform. It's so good. It's so strong. And that's why we chose to partner and integrate with them. So we have a built-in integration with Zoom. So if you create a group live stream, you do have to have a paid Zoom account. You have to integrate them. So it just means copying and pasting some numbers from your Zoom to your Namastream so that they can talk. And then when you schedule a live stream, you're going to hit go live and the Zoom window will open and all of your students will hit join and they'll be entered into the Zoom as well. They also have chat, of course, in Zoom. They also have screen sharing in Zoom. So if you are teaching where you need to show like slides or a deck of some kind, then Zoom is the option that you want. And again, this is going to be recorded. And once you end the session, Zoom is going to process the video and it's going to send it to your Namastream account. It's going to show up in your library of videos in your Namastream automatically. And then you can easily share that with those that were on the live stream for those that couldn't attend live. So the advantage is we often get like, wouldn't I just use Zoom? Because it's hard to take payments. Like Namastream will allow you to create a product that includes the live streams. You can take payments from your students, and then you don't have to download out of Zoom and then upload it to somewhere else and then email it out to your clients or whatever. It's all sort of integrated into nice, that nice package inside Namastream. So you can take the money right into the bank account. You can just hit go live. People can join you. It's recorded, and then you can give them the recording afterwards.
Yeah, it's a much more holistic process to use Zoom within Namastream. And I would say we're getting questions about, do the students need to have Zoom? So the first time, if your students have never used Zoom for any other reason, they'll need to download it for free to their machine, to their phone or their laptop or whatever they're using. And then they'll never need to download it again. And Namastream will prompt them to do that. So the system will get checked, like, is Zoom on this device? Yes or no. And if it's not already on the device the student is using, they'll get prompted with a link to download, and it takes a couple minutes the very first time. And then it just works. So your students join your collaborative session from within Namastream. It's all happening within Zoom, but Namastream and Zoom are working together in a partnership during this this process of your live stream. And then, as Sandy said, the video file of your Zoom event goes into your Namastream site, and your students can watch it later. So they can rewatch, or if they happen to miss or they had to leave early, it's there and available for them.
Yeah.
So
Ryan, Zoom does have a storage limit, but it's fine. So it's like $15 a month for the paid, the type of an account you would need to work with Namastream. But then once that video goes into your media library, you can delete it out of Zoom. You don't need it because it's stored in your Namastream site. So you can just delete those as they go. So there's no extra charge for storage on Zoom.
Zoom will send you like 500 messages if you go over
Zoom storage is full. Zoom storage is full.
Yeah.
It still allows you to do it, though. You have to get it.
Yeah.
So Brooke, you would have one Zoom account and you can connect it to Namastream, and then you can also use it separately as you have been if you already have one. So you can use it outside of Namastream too. It's not just solely the Namastreams only with Namastream. And everybody can see each other and everyone can talk. The students do have the option to close or mute themselves and turn their video off if they want.
Yeah, and I would say, so like Zoom, like this collaborative group session is great for those of you that are doing teacher trainings, obviously, any kind of interactive workshop. If you have a retreat that's been put on hold, you can potentially take part of the retreat and put it online using this function. And then I'm trying to think, we have people running book clubs, like wonderful spiritual book clubs. And I mean, people doing different kind of coaching programs, a lot of life coaches and health coaches, any group coaching. This is the kind of live stream event you would set up in your product. We've also been asked in one of the questions, do you have to just pick one kind of live streaming? No, I mean, you can add every kind of live streaming to every product if you wanted to. So you could say, we're going to have this teacher training program, and it's going to have this many group sessions and this many broadcasts and one private session with the coach, right? Or the teacher. So like you can add as many products as you want in Namastream. You can have memberships, courses, unlimited number of things, although you shouldn't because that will be too much for you. And then you can add any combination of live streaming and pre-recorded to any product as well. So it's really basically the sky is the limit for how you want to structure the product offering.
So Ryan, there is only one Zoom account that can be associated with your Namastream account. So So with your Namastream account, you can have one Zoom account. You can only live stream one live stream at a time. So there's people in the inbox yesterday that wanted to live stream like 10 rooms all at once. You can't do, nor do you want to do that.
No,
So
don't do that. That's more than Peloton does.
no, so you just have one account, one live stream at a time. So you can't do multiple things at once. And really, honestly, whose internet can handle that?
Yeah, I mean so that's the other thing. For those of you, I saw some questions about like people saying that we sound garbled. If you're hearing us garbled, it's because you don't have a very strong internet connection right now, or you have a lot of other people in your connection, so in your home or in your neighborhood using the same internet connection as you that are streaming also. So that's going to be, one thing we should talk about given what's going on with COVID-19. This may not affect you longer term, but for right now, you're going to have a lot of people whose entire families are home, kids are home taking online classes, and both, like all your adult family members are going to be working from home. If you're in one of these impacted communities, I know that's the case for me and my family, which means a lot of people pulling on your internet at the same time. This may be a case for you to consider more pre-recorded content than live stream, because that's also going to be the case for your students and the people that are trying to tune into what you're doing. So I can hear Sandy perfectly fine. I'm sure the vast majority of you can hear me and I'm not garbled. If I'm garbled, it's because something's pulling your internet down. And so that's a real thing that we're all going to need to address with this crisis that's going on. I have fiber optic internet in my house, so I'm really lucky, but I know not everyone has that. And again, like if my daughter was streaming Netflix in the next room right now, like I would have a harder time connecting to this. So you're like everyone using the stream at the same time is going to be pulling around with the connection. We have the way that we use video-based teaching in Namastream. The way we store our videos is we account for buffering, which means that the best way to explain that is that we're going to show the video file to your people in the way that they need to see it based on their internet connection speed. So for example, if they have slow internet, the video file will be a little grainier for them while their internet is slow. And then as their internet speeds up, it will be less grainy. We do this to prevent buffering so that the video is not going to just like stop and start, stop and start. So if you're running into issues with connectivity, then video-based learning is what I would push for in your use case. But you've got to see, like none of us know how all of this is going to play out, right? And so if you can jack up your internet speed, if you can call your provider, I would say that for most of us, we should all be doing that.
Yeah, it's just part of the game. And like you have no control over what your students' internet is. If their kids are playing PS4 and their husband's watching a Netflix, that's my life. Like that's just it. Like it's just there's things out of our control when we do work on online, and it's just part of it. And I just want to address some of the comments in the chat about like this whole COVID-19 is pushing you into something that you've been meaning to do, but out of fear and like I'm not technical. I just want to say like all of you, like I honestly believe that all of you can do this. Like the technology is the technology. You can figure it out. You will learn it. Namastream, this is why we were going to do a demo, and then we're like, oh no, it's just, we've got a demo recorded. What we need to talk about is the strategy and sort of the thinking and ideas and the mindset behind doing this versus like click this button and then click this button. That is easy. Namastream is very intuitive to create a product and get live streaming up and going. So it's the thinking and the psychology of like doing something new and doing something exciting and being uncomfortable and embracing that discomfort. There's going to be moments where you're like, ah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's with anything, learning a new skill. So I think, we're here to make it as easy as possible. Again, we've been doing this for 5 years and we've helped a lot of people become successful with this, but most people are not trying to get started the same day. It's not to say you can't do it, but just give yourself grace around learning something new, right? And you can do hard things. We can all do hard things. So I just want to encourage that.
It's fun to do hard things.
Fun.
So there's a couple questions about, so Namastream, each teacher is a silo. So you have your own business. If your students go onto your Namastream site, they cannot see all the other teachers. We are not a marketplace, and we are intentionally not a marketplace. We want you guys to build profitable, sustainable, long-term businesses with this online. We don't want people to compare and choose the cheapest. So they go to your Namastream site. It's branded for you. They don't even know that there are other Namastream sites. Okay. So let's talk about the post live stream. I just want to talk about assets. So we've touched on this, that after you do a live stream, it's recorded, it goes to your library, and then you can choose what you want to do with that. Typically, you are going to share that with into the product that people purchase where the live stream occurred. Think about that every time you do a live stream, every time you do a pre-recorded video, you are creating an asset for your business. And the sooner you get started, the better. And you can use these for so many different things. And so you're going to have this growing library, this growing bank of videos that just becomes more valuable and more valuable. And this, in the screenshots we showed you earlier of Twist and Rusty, they have been doing this so long that they just keep moving their videos around and no one knows that they're even not recording anymore. So that's a possibility. So it's like you start, and you don't have to start with like, 20 videos before you offer this. You can start with 1 or 0 if you were going to start with your live streaming. So it's so cool that you can go live and you can start to create these assets for your business and move forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's keep going, Sandy, because the questions are rolling in, and I know some folks have to leave. So we want to talk about a couple of things to keep in mind. So for those of you that are filming someone other than yourself, so whether that's a paid teacher, a contractor, an employee, any students or family members, anyone you're demoing with, if it's not just you, the owner of the account, you need to have those people sign an appearance waiver that gives you the right to use their image and likeness on video. You don't want to be in a situation where 3 years from now, all those videos you made during COVID-19, someone comes out of the woodwork and says that they didn't have the right to use me in those videos. Okay. So you want to talk with your lawyer. You can use online tools like LegalZoom or Rocket Lawyer to provide a self-service for this. Get yourself a good contract for the location and the jurisdiction that you're in. And it can just be a simple one-page appearance waiver. Google video appearance waiver. So this happens if anyone is going to be on film or TV or in a university broadcast. There are lots of these things. You can track them down. I'm not your lawyer. I can't provide you with one. And you need to have one that's based in the state where you live. If you're in the United States, it's worth paying a lawyer to draft this up for you. One time you can use the same waiver for anyone. If it's just you in the video or on the live stream, you don't need to have this, right? Because you're giving yourself your own permission and you own the business. I also want to talk about music copyright. We will link to a blog post that I wrote on this topic about issues around music copyright. We encourage you to use royalty-free music. A copyright infraction is not a fun thing. US copyright law accounts for hundreds of thousands of dollars in penalties for even a single play of a song that you don't have the right to use. And so, you can research this on your own. I will send you a link to my best thinking on this topic that includes links to where to find great music that you have the rights to use. For those of you that have an arrangement with BMI or ASCAP, I would contact them and see if your plan that you have with those providers accounts for online and video-based training. Okay, so you need to make sure they do offer that as a service. You need to make sure that the plan that your studio or gym has accounts for that service, or you may need to upgrade. Okay, just wanted to get that out there. We want to talk about revenue share too, huh, Sandy? So how are we different?
Yeah, so this is the good thing, because we really want to support you creating your own business, profitable, sustainable. The money does not flow through Namastream. We do not take any kind of revenue share at all. So the student would pay you via the platform, but the money is into your own, goes through your payment process, your own account with the payment processor. We integrate with Stripe or PayPal. They take 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction, standard across the board. That's very, very reasonable rates for an online payment processor, and the money goes directly deposited into your account. There's no delay. We don't handle your money at all. So
we don't track it. We don't look at it. We don't touch it.
Per transaction. So every single person that buys from you, you are charged 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Okay. Okay, and then the next question that we are getting for studios is if you have students that are paying monthly or annual in your studio, and you want to offer this, like the money's already been received, not through Namastream, through your studios, through a platform like MindBody Online or others, how do you get your existing students into Namastream? And the answer is you just use a coupon. So you would create, say, a membership in Namastream, and you would create a coupon for 100% off. If that's what you want, you give that coupon to those students, and they can create an account, and then they go to that product, and they go to the checkout page, and they enter the coupon, and they get in for free. It takes them right to the video page as soon as they enter the coupon name. So you can do 100% off coupon, so give it to them for free. You can give them, $10 off for the next 2 months. You could give them, $5 off for 1 month. You could give them a free trial. There's all sorts of things you can do with the coupons. So you can customize a coupon in any way.
Yeah, and I will say, so some of our studios encourage people in their brick and mortar to upgrade to a member in the studio in exchange for free classes. That's how we saw a lot of folks doing it early on with our platform. Increasingly, what we're seeing is studios are charging. They just give a discount to their in-studio members. I know that during this COVID-19 situation, many of you are wanting to offer something gratis for free. I would encourage you to do that, but for a limited time perhaps, right? So don't say it's free forever. That's a hard promise to fulfill for anyone. So just, you get to think about how this works and how this might work best for you. But we have folks contacting us who are using MindBody, Schedule List, you name it, any of the studio schedulers or gym schedulers. And it's basically going to be the same. We don't do direct integration because it would be cost prohibitive for us. We would have to charge so much to all of you in order to use Namastream, because those services require us to pay every time our platform talks to them, which is why we don't do it. We would love it if it were automatic. It would be great for us too. But we would have to charge you many hundreds of dollars a month more for Namastream, which we found was an equity issue we didn't want to confront. Okay. So for those of you that are ready to get started, you're welcome to sign up for Namastream. Namastream is always available. You can go to namastream.com/ready. And these are the plans that we offer. So Sandy, do you want to talk a little bit about
so I
the
think,
different plans?
yeah, so the first decision is, does this get you really excited? Are you ready to do this? And then if yes, then you need to decide between teacher plan or studio plan. So teacher is one instructor. So if there's only one of you that's going to be listed as the instructor, it's $125 a month or $12.50 a year. Or if you want to put multiple instructors onto your site, then it is a studio plan, which is $179 a month or $17.90 a year. You are more than welcome to start with teacher and upgrade to studio if you want, and just sort of try it out, get it set up, and then upgrade later. That's totally fine. And the only thing I wanted to add here, I was thinking about this morning when Jenny and I were prepping, is I think that if this is something that you're really excited about doing, you're really committed, and you've been thinking about it, and you've been meaning to do it, and now's the time, I would really encourage you to challenge yourself and go into the annual plan. We see people succeed much more on the annual versus monthly because there's an easy out. They can just, like, the first difficulty, they're like, I'm out, I'm stopping. The potential you guys have here is huge, and it's just amazing what you can create. And I just know that our annual plans, if you're going to commit to trying this and buying equipment, then I would just say go all in for 1 year and see what you can do.
Yeah, so I would also say we're getting a lot of questions. I don't know how many have come in about how to pay teachers for content. So I've been answering a lot of these in the inbox. I'm not usually in there all the time, but I've been in there for the past 48 hours, and I don't know how many hundreds of times we've gotten this question. First of all, this is your business. And I just want to say, if it were my business, I would pay them a flat fee. And that's what we recommend, because simplicity wins in business, especially online business. I would always optimize for what is the simplest thing. So a flat fee, you own the content for the life of the content. It's yours. And if you start getting into how many views does it get, and I want it to be a revenue share with my teacher, the work that it will take you to track that information, and then it's different than an in-person class. I just want to say too, like we talked at the beginning of this about the difference between online and brick and mortar. So if someone shows up to a brick and mortar class, they're likely to stay for the whole time, right? Like they're likely to pay their $15, $20 drop in, and they're going to stay for the class, and they were there. It's not often that somebody gets up in the middle of the class and leaves. Well, on the internet, people get up in the middle of the class and leave all the time. And so what we see when people try to pay instructors per view or something like that, do you count just how many minutes do they watch? And we're not going to provide you with, the kind of analytics maybe that you would want to know to be able to calculate that. So we tell you how many views does a video get in a given month, and you can see whose videos are getting watched, and you can I would use that data to base your decision on who's doing really well and who should be making more content for your site. But I would not pay that person differently, because what if somebody only watched the first 5 minutes? What if they only watched the first half? Does that count as a view? Does that count as a student's class? I would not try to do this with your online studio. When I was starting Namastream, I interviewed 74 studio owners. We talked all about the complexity of paying teachers. This is one of those rabbit holes I spent 6 months going down. And every single studio in North America that I interviewed paid their teachers differently. Everyone. And I don't know what's changed because this was 5 years ago, but I will just say that was, in my mind, as a business owner, unnecessarily complicated. So I would encourage you not to bring that complexity into your online business. What we've seen work really well on our platform is that you pay a flat fee, anywhere from $25 to $100 a video is what I've seen. And then you own that content. That is intellectual property. That's an asset that you now own and you can use over and over again in your business. So you can use clips of that and put it on YouTube and keyword it to get new people to find you in 6 months. You can put it on your Instagram, on your feed. You can put a clip of it on there and get new people to join your studio. Like, you own that asset. I would not, if it were me, I would encourage you to pay a flat fee, and then you as the business owner own the asset. As someone who also owns a business, I can't tell you. I mean, I can't tell you how to run your business, but that's what I would do. And that's always going to be my advice. So I've seen anywhere from like $20 flat fee to $100 flat fee. You've got to figure out what works for you in your market and the relationship that you have with your teachers. What we also see is, for some of you who are paying a lower flat fee to a teacher, you may give the rights to use that video in some circumstances to the teacher. So maybe they get to have a trailer of it that you have, that they're allowed to take and use on their social media, for example, to build their own brand. So you've got to figure out, like, do you want to pay a little more and own the asset outright? Or do you want to, pay less and maybe you have some kind of share with them over who can use the content?
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to keep up with questions. Okay, let's just finish up these last couple slides.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'll go back, Sandy. Mm-hmm. So one of the things, it sounds like now this camera is available at Target. So thank you for whoever posted that in the chat. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I think it was Shelly earlier. This, the Logitech is sold out on Amazon. We have an order in. We have 7 that are unallocated right now. We have a whole bunch we need to send out to studios, but we have 7 that are unaccounted for. So we're offering those just as a gift. If you want to use the webcam, it's really phenomenal for live streaming. And it's just a great webcam. So we just wanted to offer for the first 7 of you who sign up for annual, we're going to earmark those for you and get those sent out to you, probably at the end of next week. They're arriving to us in the middle of next week. I checked our shipment, and but you can't even order them on Amazon right now. So that's just something we wanted to offer, just for those of you who are in a position and interested in taking this on for the next year. So let's take a few more minutes for questions, Sandy. I know we have, I'm not sure. We may need to record some answers and send them out to you a little bit later as well, because we have a hard stop in 3 minutes, but let's go ahead and get through as many as we can.
Okay, so people are asking about coupons and single use, and what if people share them?
Yeah, so I would just encourage you to, so you could do, it depends on how many members you have. You can create unique coupons and then give them to your members. That's up to you. And you can have it so each coupon is only redeemable one time. And that's a choice you have. That's going to, be a little bit more legwork on your end. If you have a smaller studio and you feel like more comfortable with only having one redemption per coupon, you can do that. I know that we have plenty of studios that what they do is they change the coupon out every month. And so those are for people that are building a robust monthly membership over time. And then the members each month, the in-person and studio members just get an email with the access code for that month. It's not going to be perfect if you do that. It's rougher, but it's a really fast way to do it. So you get to decide, like, do you want to have more specificity and it takes a little bit more legwork on your end to do, or do you want to just create one coupon and say, you know, I have 50 members, I'm going to make this redeemable 50 times. I can say we've had only one time in 5 years where it's been brought to our attention that someone was egregiously abusing this coupon thing, and we immediately removed them from the platform. And so we were able to work with the teacher to accommodate that, because they had created something like 1,000 coupons available and then just given it out, and somebody shared it on Instagram. So if that happens, you know, we address it with that person, they get kicked out. You'll know because you can see who's redeeming and how many redemptions there are in your dashboard for any coupon, and you just kick that person out. It's happened one time in 5 years, you know, with tens of thousands of people. So it's unlikely, but if it happens, you know, you can deal with it. But it's up to you. You could create a single coupon for everybody, their own coupon. Okay.
So again, you can only live stream one time, like once. You can't have simultaneous live streams happening with Namastream. So one live stream at a time.
You could have multiple sites. Like you could have multiple Namastream sites.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah. That's not what they're asking, I don't think. And then the reports, you can download a list of, like, a report of who's used the coupon. So if you see like a bunch of strange names, then you know that there's misuse. But like Jane said, it's just not an issue. We do not give you guys content. There's no bank of content that you guys create the content. We're just a platform for you to sell it and host it.
You don't want me teaching your yoga classes.
No.
No way.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, you can see who's using the coupon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see how many video, like per video, you can see how many people watched it. You cannot see names of it.
Yeah. We're not tracking that, although we're open to adding that in if that's a feature that enough people want.
So onboarding is that we have, if you are a new Namastream teacher, you get a series of emails sent out to you sort of step by step by step. There is no onboarding for the students. They don't really need it. There's nothing to, like, you click.
It's really simple.
Yeah.
We designed the platform to be the simplest way to take your teaching online, right? Like it's very, very simple. And so once somebody gets in there one time and they set up their account, I mean, they click into your membership, they watch the video, there's a thumbnail to see. We'll send you the link out after the end of this. If you have never seen our demo, we'll send the link to the demo. You can watch it in 15 minutes and see what it looks like for a teacher and a student inside of Namastream. We didn't want to take time up today because we wanted to give you strategy and gear advice and, you know, other information that you would need to get started quickly. But you can go watch that. If you don't want to wait for me to send the email out, go to namastream.com and click the button demo at the top of the screen and just go watch it right now.
So one quick last point. For those of you who have more than 15 teachers and are asking about enterprise, I would say sign up for the studio. You are not today going to put 15 teachers onto your site. Start with the studio.
If you are, just email us. If you need to add more, just email us, team@namastream.com.
Yeah, it's just the list of the names. So if you have 50, if you have 20 teachers videos ready, then yeah, we'll accommodate you. Let us know. But most of you, just to get started, you just need the main. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're just
usually people do that. It takes a few months for our bigger studios to get to the point that they need to go enterprise. If you do, just email us. We'll upgrade you. We'll have a conversation about it. It's not something that we have up on our website. So if it's just a few extra, we'll probably just accommodate you. If it's significantly more than 15, we can talk. Okay, great.
Okay.
So I think we need to end it here. We are over and we had a hard stop. We need to get this out to all the people that couldn't get into the room. So there are more than 800 people trying to get into this and most of them couldn't get in. So we need to send this out. Thank you for all of you who have come in and stayed and asked great questions. If we didn't answer your question, please go ahead and email us, or you can go onto our website and go into the live chat. If we don't get back to you right away, it's just because our team is handling all of the influx, and I promise your question will be answered today. So thank you all, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.